The age of absolution started in the 1600s until the 1700s. Starting with Spain, there are the Spanish Habsburgs. The Spanish Habsburgs are related to the Austrian Habsburgs. The Habsburgs was a family of Holy Roman emperors, and they are Catholic. Philip II tried to conquer Spain. He also expanded Spanish influences and strengthened Catholic Church. Philip IV was part of the Spanish. He was the father of Maria Theresa I. He also married daughter of Louis XIV of France. Then there were the Bourbons, who were French. The French Bourbons were historically Protestant, part of the Huguenots. Henry IV of Navarre changed the religion to Catholic to maintain control of Paris. He made Catholic the main religion, and he also signed the Edict of Nantes, stating that this will grant Huguenots freedom of worship. Louis XIV of France wanted revenge for Dutch opposing French connection of the Spanish Netherlands, setting up the Second Dutch War. He also expanded into the New World and expanded French influence. Now, the Austrian Habsburgs was also part of the Holy Roman Emperors. Maria Theresa increased the standing army and Austrian power. The 7 Years' War was something that made an alliance with France. This resulted in France losing North American colonies. She also persuaded states to accept tax increase and reforms. They had continuation of the Catholic religion.
Frederick the Great, also known as the Great Elector, was an absolutist king from the Hohenzollern family, who were Protestant. Reigning over Upper Germany, Prussia, and Brandenburg, Frederick was loved all over by his servants. He built his new palace in Berlin and founded the University of Holland in 1692, which welcomed immigrants, scholars. Also, he led Prussians in the War of Australian Succession against Austria, concluding in him winning with Britain. In Russia, the Romanovs ruled the land with absolute kings such as Ivan the Great and Ivan the Terrible, which did not help Russia connect to the rest of Europe. Not until Peter the Great took sole power in 1696 and westernized Russia, going into Western Europe as Carpenter Peter and using it as a model to change Russia. He brought the Russian Orthodox Church under state control and abolished the head of the church. He also established the Holy Synod, taking it in his direction, reducing the power of nobility, and many more. One thing he did not do was get Russia a water seaport. Luckily, Catherine the Great concluded the westernization by expanding Russian land and winning the Black Sea. Over in England, it was a fight between the absolute wannabe kings and Parliament. Believing that God wanted him to be a mighty, powerful king, King James I tried to gain more influence and power from Parliament but died in 1625 AD. Following his father's footsteps, Charles I tried to get absolutism by dissolving the Parliament. But in 1628, not having any money, Charles called on the Parliament and was forced to sign the Petition of Rights. Finally having absolutism by 1629, by dissolving Parliament again, he levied heavy taxes and fine on people to raise money. Soon his absolutism reign came to an end by Parliament passing laws to limit his power, such as the English Civil War, and finally him being executed in 1649. Following rulers Charles II and James II were not greatly liked and helped increase Parliament's power. In conclusion, the age of absolutism in 1600s through 1700 changed Europe into what it is today. The end.